Explain the rules again.
Okay, so welcome to the Sauced Up Tier List episode.
Special episode.
So this is the special episode where I have gotten everyone to send me 7 people, in some cases 6. And these 7 people are all people we want to have on the podcast as a guest at some point. And we are going to introduce our person that we have brought to the table and make our argument for where they should stand in the tier list. And whenever we finish deliberating, everyone is going to come to a vote. And it's a majority rules vote. But every single one of us, Cody, Andreas, me, Chase, all have our one times, which is where we can overrule the majority rules and put a guest at any point in the list, except for God's tiers. That has to be a full majority rule. Top of the top.
God's tiers.
Mm-hmm.
God's tiers.
The holiest
episode.
Of Val. Welcome to the tier list where we rank Christian figures.
Number 1, Joan of Arc.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah. She did kind of. She was,
She really.
Noah built a whole ark. Okay, don't down.
That's not necessarily saying.
Yeah, but Peter literally threw hands for God, so Peter's sort of top tier.
What about David and that Goliath? Like, he killed a big tall man.
I don't think that's Christian.
It
is. I think that's just
David and Goliath is from the Bible, dog.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
It existed after he died, so it's canon.
So actually, if Goliath is dead, he can't be on the podcast. So
it's just David.
It's just me and David.
If they're dead, they can't talk, Cody.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Typhoid Mary, you damn misogynist.
All right, you know what? Before we even, Cody, why would you want Typhoid Mary on the podcast?
I want to know. Who wouldn't want to know? Why would you not want to know why she So do you guys know the story of Typhoid Mary?
No.
Okay, yeah, you're a piece of shit. That's why. That's
because I don't look up women, dude.
No, I'm thinking of the anthrax person.
No, she did not do any anthrax. So Typhoid Mary was a hot, sexy cook. She was a hot, sexy lady who, back in the day, not everyone necessarily knew about diseases as well. They didn't really understand that people could be patient zero or have an immunity to the disease but still spread it to everyone. So basically, she had typhoid, wouldn't wash her hands while at work, because that's how you stop the spread of typhoid is by normal
washing
hygiene. Yeah,
washing.
So
basic hygiene.
She didn't do that. Gave everybody typhoids, and they're like, "Hey, go home." She went home, came back, still didn't wash her hands, gave everyone typhoids again. And then I think she was imprisoned for 30 years for willful, basically biological warfare.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, she just has bad hygiene.
She just really wanted to cook, and they were like, "Mary, girl, this is
wash
not
your
what you
hands.
need to do.
Wash your ass."
Please
she sounds like a League of
wash your
Legends player.
hands." And she smells it. She goes, "Absolutely
Smells like
not."
typhoid.
Yeah, this is a well-groomed
smell of typhoid in the morning.
She rubbed
All right, so we're gonna start off strong with good old Nardwuar.
Good old Nardwuar.
Oh wait, I have a quick tangent about Nardwuar, really quick.
Go for it.
Yeah, so the same guy who offered Andres cocaine.
You guys remember that from a few episodes ago.
Yeah, I don't know if that made it in the episode, but
it happened during an episode.
Okay, so it stayed. Okay, cool. So that same guy, before that happened, I was outside in a floral shirt, walking inside. That's pretty much it. And he goes, I have not interacted with him one time. And he goes, "You know who you look like?" He's walking by your house, and I'm like, I look around for who's saying this. And there's this guy on the sidewalk, and he goes, "You look like fucking Nardwuar." I'm like, "What?" And he does
You just look like a zany white guy.
Yeah, basically. And he's he does an impression of him, and I don't know Nardwuar well enough to mimic the impression, but he said something like a Pepsi can, he was inspecting a Pepsi can is what the joke he was making. Don't know anything about Nardwuar, so I don't know how that's relevant.
It's probably a great bit.
Yeah, it was a great bit. It was very funny. And then he goes, no, it's not an insult. I know we love Nardwar. And I'm like, okay.
Nardwar is fantastic.
We love him.
All right,
we
so
love Nardwar.
He also sounds like
Where-
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
where do you want to put Nardwar?
Who's Nardwar? Who picked Nardwar?
I did. I picked Nardwar.
Okay, you want to go first?
I guess I am going first.
Maybe we swap screen.
I think for now, a solid A tier.
Deliberate.
Deliberate. Well, it's obvious. He could give us all the dirt on all the rappers
Yeah.
ever, and he can tell us how he does it. Like, how do you do what Nardwar does?
Well,
Do you
I
think
just
he would
do
reveal
the
his
research
secret to us,
myself.
though?
We have to know.
Oh wow.
We have to
The
know.
lighting is different.
It's the
It's like,
Monitor.
the monitor.
see,
yeah.
I don't know. Nardwar would be a great guest, but I just
I'd rather
don't
have-
know if he would reveal much information for
Hey,
us.
even if he doesn't reveal, he got charisma, and he is very
I
entertainable person. You know what I
will
mean?
say I don't know if he'd be a good guest.
Oh, I don't think it'd be great for this podcast at all.
No,
Wow.
I think he would be he's obviously a great interviewer.
Yeah, that's fair.
I haven't seen a lot of stuff.
Do you guys
Sorry,
think we could do
I'd love
deep
to
dives
interview
on
him.
Nardwar for an interview?
We could turn into Nardwar and investigate him.
What if we all dress up like Nardwar and
That'd be a, okay. You know what? I think. What did you
We
say,
do-
Chase? What did you tier him at?
A.
He said solid A.
I think a solid A is good.
A.
I'm with A as
Like
well.
he just seems like.
Hey.
I'll let you have the A.
What was yours?
If
Or would
we
you
can
not say
move
A?
him later if other people get into A. I understand.
Why does it go A to D? Is that a G?
It's a B.
It's a B.
It's a B. It's just
Oh.
looks weird on the screen.
You know, you could just.
You could just zoom in.
Why one?
I can't for
We
the
don't need
recording.
to see the people. We just need to see.
Oh no, I do want to see the people.
Well, he can just say the person.
I like seeing the photo.
Mm.
What if you don't know the fuck
So
people?
This
we
is
got
Reese.
our man here,
Who the fuck is that? Chevy Chase?
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase.
Oh, fuck that. No, I thought that was Bob Odenkirk. These
So,
pictures are
uh,
a terrible picture.
No, that's a
Oh,
good
yeah, that was
picture
the
of Chevy
point.
Chase. He's just a bad person, which
Yeah.
is why I would like to talk about Chevy Chase.
Which is why I would put him at
Wait,
God's
so
tier.
who picked Chevy Chase?
me.
Okay, go for it.
So I was very spiteful when I came up with Chevy Chase, but I want it to be known that he'd probably be the worst possible guest in the podcast. I think he would be
You sure?
combative. Yes.
Yeah, well, that would be compatible.
Okay, I'd say he's a
What? Oh,
solid.
that'd be so entertaining because we're also all really quick, so it'd be funny.
I guess, yeah. I don't think he's very like
We're fast runners. He
I-
couldn't chase us.
Yeah.
I think he's someone who like it wouldn't be fun to go like he's not like Alex.
He's not a
Jonesy.
fun banter person. He's
Yeah, he just
this
would kinda
person's
go,
just
"No."
trying to be mean.
Yeah.
No, you guys suck and you should feel bad about yourselves. So
So,
that's
yeah,
why I
they
say-
suck. They're on the gay side.
Oh. So I think he's a D.
So you're not really selling Chevy Chase here to me.
That's why I said I think he's a D. I don't think he's an F because
He's not the worst person on this list.
he's not great though.
He's not.
He's
I
not
wonder
great.
who is.
Hmm.
We're gonna.
Well,
What do we?
So-
what does
we have to-
everybody
we have
feel?
to-
Yeah, we're
Here,
talking
put him
about
at D for now, and then we'll talk about
Yeah.
it. And then,
All right.
Um.
Honestly, I think D's pretty fair. I think him being an asshole would be funny just because I don't think any of us would take it seriously,
Do it for the views, baby.
and I
No,
think
I
that
think
would
he could
piss
get
him off
mean.
more.
I think the thing is that Chevy Chase could get mean. Like, I don't know if I could handle mean because he's not a good person at all.
Yeah, but like whenever people try to be mean, I find it really funny, and then I just
You are
try
good
to
about that.
instigate more.
I'll give you
And
that.
so-
You are good.
And so I think it would be funnier to have someone mean, for me at least, because I would just end up just pushing the buttons
So
more.
this is Reese's
You'd be like,
God here.
"Oh, look at the guy! He's getting all riled up. Look at him."
No route.
Just start to.
That's what he does.
That's actually Chevy Chase. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? But I think D's fair, just because I think I would be the only one gaining any value from him.
I would
Being
like
mean.
to
I would say
act on things.
C, honestly.
Yeah, he's got an interesting career.
He's,
Like a
That is
very
true.
very
interesting career.
average, but he's not good
If we don't-
enough because he's so mean.
Yeah, I think C actually. I would
I-
change it to C.
it could be
because
C,
he's got,
just because
like-
we could hear about the times he was on coke in the 80s. That'd be fun.
I think everybody was on coke in the 80s.
Pretty much.
In like
Well,
that
yeah.
scene, yeah.
I think also it's just like, it gives us room where if we win him over, it's a great podcast.
True.
But if we don't, it brings him back down to where he belongs.
I feel like he'd hate us. Like, truly, I feel like he'd hate us. But, you know.
We'll be like, these look fucking young bucks.
He's young bucks. I think he's saying young buck. I can't imagine what he's like outside of being
This
a
one's
bad
Cody's
person.
too. You
He's
pick
an
someone
op.
else. Pick something else. Pick one
What
of
do you mean?
our
Just
guys.
click
Just pull
click the
something.
guy on the
Just pull
left.
something random from the.
We'll do this one.
I don't know who that is.
We'll let
okay.
Andreas
I can't even see the
explain.
photo.
So this is Ben O'Brien. He is a comedy writer, comedian. A lot of stuff. He's done a lot. I love his work. He's done a lot of stuff with Wham City Comedy. He's done his own stuff, of course. Writes for a bunch of comedians. I'm not really good at selling him.
Yeah.
We can tell.
He's incredibly funny.
Sell me
I
this
think you
pen.
guys- do you buy this pen or I'll kill you?
That's a pretty
That's a
good show.
damn good self pitch.
I will say, I've seen some of his interviews before. They're pretty good. He's very reserved though,
Mhm.
so I'd say a solid like. To me, I would say he would be a S tier because I enjoy his work so much. But I'd say either A or B.
Okay. I
Um,
have no notion of him.
Same.
I would pull something up, but like
I guess I can Google him
I
real
don't
fast.
really have time. I don't know if there's stuff you guys would know him from. Is the issue?
Yeah, I don't know Wham City.
I mean, I have faith in Andreas that if he's been on podcasts and he's a comedian, that it would end up being good, like good riffing off each other
Oh my god.
for the
he-
podcast.
Post Malone.
But if he's more reserved,
He's worked a lot on a lot of adults, the Adult Swim shorts and stuff like that.
He's in Goosebumps
Oh.
too.
He's in Goosebumps too. That's wild. Who is that? That's not even the same dude.
Benjamin O'Brien, not Ben O'Brien.
That's weird.
but
Benji.
you said he's more reserved whenever he's like on interviews and like podcasts
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. He's still incredibly
Oh,
funny.
he helped make unedited footage of a bear that has his people in it as
Yeah,
well.
those are all that the whole people is Wham City.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know Wham City, but I know those.
Yeah.
So he's done some cool shit. That'd be a really fun. That'd be a really good interview, I think.
I'd say either S or A are my.
I would say A. At the very least. At the very least.
I'll put
A.
him. Do we go above Nardwar?
100%.
We'll do that. We'll do that after.
Well, yeah, we can.
We can order it
min-max.
after. Yeah.
But-
Order it. Okay, who's next? Me. Me's next.
All right. You know what?
No, you're next.
I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and throw in the tried and true. Just we have to throw Ludwig in there if we're talking about podcast guests.
Truly, I think C. Sorry.
I
With
don't
Chevy
think it's
Chase?
that low.
Well, we'll
I-
talk about that later.
We'll go through it, but who nominated, and then we'll give you.
So I'll go ahead and I threw in Ludwig just because Ludwig, big creator, like creator's creator, and also runs The Yard, one of
I wouldn't
the
say he's a
biggest
creator's creator.
podcasts.
Does he not?
I wouldn't say he is.
I don't really know what that means.
It's like when people say MF Doom is a rapper's rapper.
Oh, like a rapper for rappers.
Yeah.
So a creator for creators.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
don't-
say he's
I
a creator
wouldn't
for
say-
creators, yeah.
that Ludwig is. He's a great creator.
I would
like
100%
his stuff
agree.
a lot,
Argue that.
but I don't.
Almost
think
like
he's a
every
creator's
creator
creator.
watches his shit.
But
Yeah,
also
but that
every person in the world watches this shit. He
It's-
has
that's
an
also-
insane
that's
audience.
valid.
He makes stuff, or at least he used to make stuff. I don't know. I haven't
He
seen his stuff
still
in a
does some
while.
cool shit.
That it's very. It's not, at least for me, it's not like out of the box. It's very trendy.
I mean, he
and-
does like he does some cool shit. I don't want to like.
I know. I'm not trying to detract from like his work because I love his work a lot.
Mhm.
It's just it feels like this is on brand for what's going on right now.
I guess.
Oh,
but
yeah,
he is
no.
leading it though. Like that's kind of like Ludwig is the person who is creating those. Like not always,
Yeah.
of course, but Ludwig is making the path for a lot of things. I feel like he is
Yeah,
creating
'cause-
trends.
He's
I
a
think-
trendsetter.
Yeah.
I think the
Trend
part that
trend
I
man.
like to dive into
I would
whenever
still
I
love
would
to
like
have
to
him on
talk
the
to him
podcast.
about is just doing his his live events that he's been
Mhm.
running,
Yeah. I
like all
agree.
the events he's been putting on and throwing money at. I just want to talk about that process with this man
Yeah,
because
Oh,
him
I
throwing
love
on a chess boxing event was sick,
that's pretty sick.
and then throwing the biggest Smash tournament ever was also sick.
Yeah, but it's also a Smash tournament, so that's already like minus some.
It's
You know?
established.
He like hardcore nuzlocked like his own
Mhm.
fan game that was made to be like
Oh, yeah.
incredibly difficult. where he
Yeah.
like went against other creators like that. Like, he just like he I mean, you know what? He's not just a trendsetter. He also takes trends that are happening and then elevates them.
Mhm.
And I think
Yeah.
that's so fucking cool.
Trend elevator.
Yeah.
But my
Escalator.
argument, I think he's solid A.
But
I would say he's B.
But when it comes to the podcast and him being a guest on this podcast, I think he'd be great to talk to and stuff like that. But I don't think he matches the vibe very well. That's my opinion.
This is my argument. We know that Ludwig's a drinker, and if we do a true episode
We get
of Sauced Up,
plastered.
I haven't drank on this
with-
podcast in so long.
yeah, we record too early now. We need to go back to our night
No,
times.
I love
Our
this.
schedules
This
are
is so much better.
terrible.
Yeah, whenever we get the
Behind the curtain.
in person set, it's way easier. But
Don't let them know how the sausage is made, man.
Sorry. It,
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
but I think my vote is a solid A, especially if we have the set with where we're all drinking and chilling.
that's fair. That's not the world we live in right now. But
That's not the one.
Yeah. Do we want to
B is my
do we
vote.
want to argue that this would be, like whenever we have guests, it would be with a set or like in a room?
Probably.
I guess, yeah, that's a fair. We can make that assumption. But I want to also, Chase, what do you think?
If he was getting drunk with us, that'd be probably way better, obviously.
Agreed.
But we don't really talk a lot about anything really he talks about, I don't think.
That's kind of how I feel. It's like I don't feel like there's a lot of like mixing.
There's not a lot of overlap. It'd be fun to
I
have.
think it would be great to talk to him, not on a podcast.
Yeah, I'd love to interview him. Like, actually.
Well, I mean, that's
like-
what a podcast with a guest really is. It's just an interview
but
and
I don't want to do
conversation.
that. I want it like this, even though it's very informal, our
Yeah.
podcast, we're still like making content and putting it on the internet. So you will act a certain way.
I guess so.
I'd rather like just talk to him because he seems
Well,
like
I mean,
a cool
that's
dude.
That's true.
I mean, podcasting is just really us talking to each other in anecdotal form.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're in front of a camera, so you subconsciously act.
Yeah,
act
different.
I've
That is
noticed it a
true.
lot since I started streaming again. Actually, like
Really?
once I'm streaming, like I'm a little bit more like what's extroverted, a little more loud, that sort of
Me too.
stuff. It's just like that's just.
All right, guys,
we're just
final
saying a
picks.
lot,
Final grades.
B.
I'm-
B.
I wanted to do bottom of A, but I'll take B.
You
Well, we
get top
might
of
we
B.
might move him up. We might move him up.
That is
Him
true.
versus I think Narva would be pretty good. So
All right, so
No. Next is me.
I don't know who that is.
OJ
Is that OJ?
Simpson.
Jesus Christ.
Put in OJ.
so OJ Simpson.
You don't know who he
Just
is.
so.
So he is my favorite football player.
Yeah.
Was on the Buffalo Bills for a long time.
That's pretty impressive.
11,000.
That's true. Favorite team.
11,000 rushing yards.
He was the juice.
He was the juice.
He was
The
the
He
juice.
was the juice. 70. I might be wrong on this, but 76 touchdowns, 61 rushing touchdowns, and then 14 receiving touchdowns. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. You could say from those statistics
Like,
that he's got a very
That's probably,
large
like-
physical ability. Like he probably could do a lot of
Yeah.
physically active.
I mean,
things.
if you look him
think
up,
he is
that's
my
you
favorite
probably see his
sport
stats
person of
first,
all
right?
time.
yeah, I think so. You could probably
Like if I looked up
search
if
for
I looked up
ESPN.
OJ, it would probably be like OJ,
Well, if you typed in
amazing
OJ, you'd
football
probably get the
player.
juice.
I think-
like
okay.
the actual juice. If you typed in,
I think
OJ.
he's genuinely in the same realm as Chevy Chase. Because
Why?
I'd want
He's a great football player.
I'd want to ask him things.
He's a great football player.
Because he's kind of a dick. He is kind of. A
So-
dick.
I mean, he's pretty cocky on the field, but like,
Well, I mean, now, aside from.
I would
his
just like to ask him
history,
about how he murdered his
as
wife.
As a
football
person,
What do you mean?
as a person, not on his football career, his individual personality, I think he is a bit of a douche.
I mean, a lot of football players are like that. You know?
I don't think
It's
every
the
football
CTE
player
it's the
is, but
CTE,
a lot
bro.
of Great
A
football
lot of,
players.
especially on the field.
Now you are really pushing
like-
the field.
It's the CTE brain. Of course he's going to be a bit
It's
of a
just like
dick.
basketball.
But also, I think he'd be better.
Yeah, he
than
wouldn't
Chevy.
kill a person.
Yeah,
No,
he would.
absolutely
No.
not. Are you kidding me?
What do you guys think? Where do you think he lands? What do you think, actually?
So when I made my list of people, I try to pick my favorite people from like each genre, like
Yeah.
sports, acting, music. Like I try.
I can tell with Alf up there.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Um,
Yeah, no, he's just my favorite player, like of football all time. So I think I'd say, I don't know, his interviews are kind of weird, and of course they're all old, so it's kind of hard to.
And with the left-leaning media, they just keep asking ridiculous questions.
Yeah, I haven't seen an interview of him past like 80 something. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Maybe you
So were
should
you
watch
watching
one.
interviews in the 80s?
Yeah, I was looking up. Not in the 80s, but like.
Gotcha. You were looking up like OJ in
Yeah,
his
I was
prime.
like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
OJ
Well, I mean,
football
who
highlights.
cares about a sports player if they're past their prime? Like, what do they even do?
What is that car? The Bronco, right?
The Ford Bronco. Yeah,
I think maybe we should Google OJ Simpson white Ford Bronco.
Did he do a commercial with them or something?
Yeah, he had a silly little disguise mask too. He had the mustache,
cool.
and then
Didn't he have like a nice little black glove that he wore?
Yep.
Like
Yeah, it was like
real
his Michael
classy.
Jackson
Like a
thing.
Michael Jackson thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Mike Jackson was,
Yeah.
Mike was big and everybody had those. Anyway, for my vote, I'd say he's B, maybe A.
I think he'd be interesting to talk to.
Yeah, he'd be a great person to talk to.
I think it'd be interesting.
But I think he's in the
I'd like
Chevy
to,
Chase
I'd like to talk
category, where
about
I
his
think he's a douche.
history and see like what
he's not as big of a dick as Chevy Chase. So you'd be more pleasurable to talk to.
I want to know about his life after
That's
football.
fair. But
I
who
wanna
has a
see-
more interesting life?
I mean, I want to see his life after football, like what he's been up to, like what's
Yeah.
been going on.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get that.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, I'm
you'll
sure,
you'll
yeah.
learn. You'll
Well,
learn.
That's why we bring him on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. You could really ask.
Yeah,
him.
it's like,
That'd be fun.
what has life been for you like since the 80s? You know,
How's your wife? How's she doing? I hope she's doing
how's the
well.
wife and kids?
Yeah.
Does he have kids?
He had one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He has a son. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And
Good
there's
for him.
a certain theory,
It's-
but I won't go into that right now.
It's
so-
OJ Simpson Jr.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's the dog?
Oh wait.
Oh,
so yeah,
the dog.
No, put him in B tier.
No,
Did we
I
vote?
think he's good here.
Why is
C?
he?
C. This
C.
is my vote.
Oh my God, I gotta split. All right,
Gee,
Andre,
man.
convince me right now.
OJ Simpson, dude. I just gave you all his fucking like. He's like a he's basically a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
But is
They
he
just
in the
won't
Hall of
put him
Fame?
into- well, they I don't know. They won't put him in for some reason. But he's got.
You know
all
what?
these-
I think he
he's
deserves to be in the
he's
Hall
like
of
the
Fame B
Muhammad
tier
Ali.
right now.
Yeah, but he's not a Hall of Fame, so.
All right.
Yeah,
Andres
but
and can
I was
rock,
the
paper,
deciding
scissors.
vote.
I'm not rock paper scissors. I'm putting him in. B.
Actually, no,
You know
we're
what?
split down the middle.
Fine. We'll put him in B.
Yeah.
This isn't my override thow.
You guys see how
I'm
fucked
okay
up
with
it is
it.
to put Ludwig next to OJ Simpson.
I think that's really funny.
What's I would be grateful to be next to them.
It's about
All right.
guest quality.
Exactly.
So my
I need to
next
change
pick
the light
is
real quick.
a king. All right, a king among kings. It is Toko, the Japanese collie dog. All right.
Oh, is that the speaking one? Is that one that can speak?
No, it's a man.
So
It's a man in a dog suit.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yes. Right, yeah, the one that
He
goes like
is.
this.
He is the ultimate furry. All right, the ultimate furry.
It is a
That was a great
$14,000
impression,
dog
by
suit.
the way.
And he goes out on walks in the park in this outfit, crawling on the ground,
Toko?
and it is fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
he goes like this,
Chino.
and he walks forward like this.
Okay.
It's a great impression. You know that's a good
What's
impression.
the fucking dog called again?
Toko.
Toko.
T-O-C-O.
Toko. This is like the king of
Toko?
furries. And, you know, I'm not a furry, but I would love to hear from their king.
Toko. What does he?
I want to hear his process for building this fucking suit.
What's his
It-
last name?
It's just Toko.
Toko, the human dog.
The dog.
Toko the dog man.
The dog, man.
Who paid $14,000 to become a collie? What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Jamie?
so
Jamie.
where do you want to rank Toko?
Hmm.
I thought that was an actual dog.
I did too. I was about to.
If he's in his suit while talking, I would rank him at A tier.
That would not.
Do you
be
think
a
he
good
would
get.
do an interview in
Because
the
he would just
suit?
be like,
That's 2 million yen.
Would he be?
Do you think he would do a podcast in the suit?
He went
uh,
on like
probably
news
not.
interviews in a suit.
Did he talk
I
like
don't
in the suit?
think so.
I don't know.
Oh, well, we can ask him to be in this. Do you
He's
just
fucking
wave?
waving at the camera.
He's going like.
Yeah.
He's like laying down, so he's going.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna blow my cover.
Oh my fucking god, this
So
is
what-
ridiculous.
All right, let's say that we can ask him to be in the suit.
We want them to be in their ideal
I don't
situation.
want him
So
to be in this.
Yeah, what if he's not at all? I'm just like, hey man, what's up?
just some random
I
Japanese
to do, like,
guy.
a big intro for him, like show him all in the suit, and then just have a dude sit there like, hey, what's up? How's it going?
What's up?
Like the
We-
Disney Channel, like.
Yeah.
Just skipping, clapping.
I guess.
Yeah, I think that's honestly, whenever we get the set, I want to put a soundboard and a speaker just for that, like to have like a sitcom laugh track and clap track.
Clap track.
But it's gonna be the
So
same
I
thing
will-
over and over.
I
That's
will
pretty weird.
argue
Why does it just
For
keep
A
waiting?
tier.
That's all he's fucking
if he's in the dog suit.
I don't.
They put him on
A hoverboard? Is that a one wheel?
No, it's one of the push carts. It's like a hotel push
Oh my
cart.
God. like, I'm
He can't
tired.
even walk around.
I'm tired, babe. They have to forklift him out.
Oh, I'm so tired. I spent 2 million yen on this costume and it's so heavy. Can you go take that push cart
God.
from the Marriott that's right across the street and shovel me around town?
You know what? I think
No, are you kidding me? A?
no, that's where Chase
Yeah, it's an
wants
A.
to put
No
it.
way.
That's an A for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's like a B.
That's an A.
All right. Well, you're the deciding vote, Reese.
I'm gonna put it in B.
Ah.
Discrimination.
I gotta put a buffer between these two. I have
What's
to.
with that?
You got Ludwig, Toko the dog.
OJ Simpson. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
solid B tier. That's a solid B tier.
All right. All right.
All right.
We should take a picture out of it out of context. At Ludwig.
All right.
Hey, this is our tier list.
All right. Cody.
S, A, B, C, D, or F tier.
I actually think I would be an S tier. I would be
personally
God
think I
tier.
am a god tier.
I would be God tier because that's disrespectful to God, and I would be S tier.
So if you guys can't tell who the fuck this is by their impression, Cody, would you like to argue your position for Ben
I mean,
Shapiro?
come on, he's Ben Shapiro. I think that'd be.
That's the argument. All right.
You know
there's
what? Valid.
I think
Valid.
he might be S for me.
You
just
do have a
because,
one
like,
time.
As well.
His voice is so funny. His name.
You do
would
have a
attract
one
people.
time that you could put him at S.
I'm not using my one time. I'm making the pitch. I truly think he'd be great for a podcast just because of the pull. Okay, you get everybody
Yeah.
going, oh my god, they fucking got Ben Shapiro. Are you kidding me? I want to watch
This fucking podcast where they talk about shit, cum, and piss.
Yeah. We're
We're gonna get a real lecture in
Yeah.
God.
Actually, we're not God students.
I think it would be good to have him on this podcast because everything that he would try to be like, facts and whatever, we would
Yeah,
just
what
be
is-
making fun of him the whole time.
Yeah, he'd be like, shut up, man.
Show me the numbers. The internet today.
This isn't very good.
I think the most important thing would be to let him talk, though. I think you can't cut him off. Okay, you gotta let him get his spiel in, and then you just gotta go. But why?
we hit him with the, but why?
But
Yeah,
why?
like okay.
Just you gotta like you have to like rapid fire a bunch of questions that have nothing to do with anything, and they're not even close to each other,
Yeah.
and they just
Oh,
the
so you
answers
hate gay
random.
people? What?
So
You
Ben
actually have
Shapiro, how
how the laundry is.
How long is the giraffe's tongue? What's your favorite color? Did you do 9/11?
No. It's like a truth detector test or lie detector test.
I would agree.
I think S
S tier would
just
be.
I think just all of us bullying Ben Shapiro would be so fun.
I can't wait to post this and have Ben Shapiro as a top.
as a top.
I don't think Ben Shapiro's ever been a
Ben
top.
Shapiro is definitely a bottom.
No, you
Oh,
don't
wow.
have him as a top. He can't make you come.
He's a bottom. He's a bottom.
That's true.
Through and through.
His wife's
Didn't
never
he-
wet.
You think he's cummed? Oh, he
I'm
has a
sure he
kid. He has a
has,
kid, so he's done a cum.
Yeah.
He's-
I have
Alright.
I have a wife.
Whose turn is it? That's me.
You know I've done a cum.
I have a kid, so you know I've done a cum.
all right, you know what?
you gotta argue next.
Andreas.
Oh, you gotta
Oh
argue.
my
No, no,
god.
It's your turn.
We need some diversity. We need to have a woman up real quick.
So okay,
Andreas.
I'm gonna be honest. She's only on here because she is my celebrity crush. I have a huge crush
I don't
on
know
her.
who this is.
This is Mahalia.
Oh.
Her music
That's
is
fair.
fantastic, and
Her
she's
music is pretty cool.
great. But also, I kind of have a crush on her. So.
Oh, then she can't.
And I want her to be on the
Yeah,
podcast so I
that'd
can
be
tell her
cool.
I love her. And
Hey, you know what? I was gonna put one of my celebrity
Let's see,
crushes on here, and I was just like,
I love.
I was like, I
She's-
don't
she does,
know
like,
how perfect of
I wish
a.
I missed my ex. That's
She does, like,
a fantastic
R&B.
music video.
or like R&B, sometimes rap, but you know, it's mostly like R&B.
I sent you that song, right? I wish
Oh.
it was.
So
So-
where would you rank
The
her?
music video is
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah.
Where would you rank her?
I would put. I mean, I would put her at God tier,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, if I had to be serious, it'd probably be S for me. I just want to talk to her. I just want to talk to her.
So
You know what?
crush.
I want to be a good wingman to
I know.
Andrea.
I'm
So
thinking
I
I'm
want.
going
I'll give him
between
A.
Wingman. I'll go A. I don't know anything about her really. I could talk to
She
her
could
about
go.
her
She
music
could go in
video.
A. I could concede that she can go in A.
because the thing is like no matter I don't know what she's like, but she's still a musician,
Mm.
which is enough of an interesting thing to talk about for an hour.
That's fair.
That I think it would
She's
be
a-
a good.
she's
And then
hot,
also
she's
seeing
British.
Andreas try to be flirty with his celebrity crush
Oh
while
my God,
also
it'd be
fangirling a
awful.
little
But
bit.
hey,
I'm
will
very
be
bad
very
at
I
funny.
like your music.
I'm gonna use my one time to put her in F. No.
Yeah, we can't have a F never coming on the show.
All right.
She'll make me cry.
A
Don't
is
make me good. All right, Reese,
you
it's
know,
your turn.
I'll
Who do you
I'll
want?
give you the A.
Who are you picking now, Reese?
Is that the fucking
All
rich
right.
man?
Go, Alex Jones. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
That's not mine.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna throw in my Bill Burr.
I
Now,
don't think he'd be great for
uh,
this.
No.
The whole reason I would want Bill Burr on the podcast, and this sole reason and sole reason alone,
Okay.
is just at some point how loud the podcast would get would be so funny to me inside a room with people
yeah, but
because
I
I love the angry man that lives inside of him.
think it's
I do
too,
also like the angry man that lives inside of him.
Me too.
Yeah, but I don't think
it'd
he
be good for
really
this
talks
podcast.
as disgusting as we do.
We are pretty gross. Like that's what we have to think about too. Yeah, Mahalia would be fucking.
Yeah.
She's a respectable
But
person.
I see.
Yeah.
I think also,
Yeah.
I think the difference is that all of us are really good at like matching the energy of the person in the room,
I guess it's fair.
and so I think any guest will really match with well, just because I think we're all good at just people like dealing with people like
You know,
in
I
social
counterpoint Reese.
situations.
Counterpoint. I was on a show the other week, and I did mention Goatsy. So I would not say
That's true.
I
You did.
introduced a couple people
Yeah.
to Goatsy while I was being interviewed. So
Mm.
so let's keep that in mind.
Mhm.
But
He's probably-
Bill Burr would appreciate Goatsy, and that's what I would like.
That's true.
And
I
then
think he's-
also
he's
my
okay.
my closing argument before I throw it to the board and I say where I want to rank him is I think Bill Burr's podcast would be the most clippable podcast for our social medias possible.
We could use them.
The views.
You gotta think about the numbers as I throw him into the S tier.
Oh God.
Mm.
Oh, S.
Ah.
I
I
now
would
we
not-
gotta compare him. Compare him to A.
Compare him to Ben Shapiro. Would you want him over Ben Shapiro?
Okay, so hear me. I love Bill Burr.
Actually,
I-
he's pretty good.
I don't think it'd be a good podcast. I love his
Why do you
comedy. I
say-
haven't seen his comedy in a while, so I might be just thinking
I
of his
think
like
him as a
older, his
person I
older
like.
stuff. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna be controversial.
It's-
I think I'm gonna put him down at like C.
Really?
See, that's what
Chevy
I was
Chase?
also thinking C.
You guys think
I'm not trying to compare him
one
to
of the
anyone
great
on the
comedians
list
couldn't be able
currently.
to riff
I
for
just
an
mean,
hour?
I just mean in general. I don't know. I think he's too good for our podcast.
That's why I didn't.
That's
I
the
didn't put
beauty
him.
of
That's
it.
the-
It would
that's the hard
it would
thing
be
about-
such a
Podcasting with comedians.
Yeah.
They do it so often that
And they're good at
they're
it.
good at it.
Yeah,
He would
but
be
I feel
I-
like I don't know. That's not necessarily true. I listen to podcasts with other comedians on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like they are also good at matching whatever podcast they're on. Like that's an
Yeah.
important
Yeah.
part of being a comedian. I feel like is knowing what room you're in, and either playing that however you want. If you want to be the most obnoxious person in the room, then they're gonna do that. But I think Bill Burr is like a pretty grounded person. Actually, I don't think he's just like angry man. I love the angry man inside of him, but I think he's more than that. And I think he'd actually provide some substance as well as.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I honestly think I may not think S, but like he's definitely A or S for me.
I think
Alright.
I think the thing is Bill Burr has an insight to like the industry as a whole and we all
Cool.
work in the industry, and then it would just be a good conversation about that, and then also just comedy in the space
Are all
of
of
the
these
industry.
picks just like, hey, who can help me with my career?
Well, yeah. Can't you tell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you
Did
think
you-
he's up here?
Reese, you've made the same argument with every single person. It's like I
We
would
can
love to
use
get
them.
insight for.
Well,
I
to
think
be
those are
fair,
actually
those
fine,
are
but, like,
those are the
I would
first two.
also add
The
in,
rest,
maybe just
the
interesting to
rest
talk
of
to.
them,
Like
the
you
rest of
can't-
them
you
are
can't
just
act like
fun.
that, because if they're interesting to talk to, there is always going to be insight.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you could get insight from Mahalia, you can get insight from fucking Nardwar because he does so much shit. You can get insight from Ludwig,
You
you
get
can get
insight from Toko,
from Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase, all of them.
You can hear about the
From
industry. You
OJ
can-
Simpson, you get insight from him.
Yeah,
on his football
Ben
career?
Shapiro.
Yeah.
I think
I-
you could
that's
get
the
value
insight
from
I
anyone.
need, yeah.
I think it's fair to say, like, I do
wouldn't
think
I need to
use it
talk to
as a point
OJ
to
Simpson
be
about
like,
my
you would
football
get
career.
Insight. My whole thing is like using that as like
Like-
yeah. Like
Hi, Toko.
this would be good because you can get insight from anyone.
Are you saying that in more the like you don't like it for like we can get views, or because I don't like that.
I
That's-
don't
that's
like that,
unnecessary. Like,
but I'm saying you for your argument, saying we can get so much insight for whatever career or whatever because you can just do that for anyone.
It's not really about the insight. It's just the fact that it's something that we have common ground on and we can talk about.
yeah, Bill Burr is also like I think he'd be really interesting to talk to. Just in
All
like
right,
a-
I'll move him
absolutely.
down to A. I think
I can live with
we need
that.
to put someone at fucking D in it.
I think we're getting close to
not
the
D.
DNF soon.
He's not D. Don't. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't even
No.
say he's B. I think he's A. To me.
Yeah, A.
We'll put
But
him in A.
that's to me. Okay.
All right. Where are we going now?
I guess me.
All right.
You pick. So I don't know if you can tell by the photo.
I cannot.
Probably not. It's James Wan, the director of several
You know, I
horror
can get
films,
great insight from him.
You could.
and I could get great insight on how he crafted Aquaman,
Yeah, he
because
did-
that
he
is
did-
his best feature motion picture,
He did
obviously.
miss on Annabelle.
You're a liar.
He did miss on Annabelle.
Well, he didn't direct it.
Yeah, but he talked
But
a
he
lot
did
about the
produce it,
creative.
Yeah.
I mean, he was heavily involved in the creative. You can miss. I think you're allowed to miss.
I like James Wan.
I like James Wan.
James Wan's great.
It's like if you
He has
make
a lot of
good
misses,
movies,
but
you're
he's
allowed to
made a
make
bunch
bad
of stuff.
movies.
What's
Okay.
his good? Can we get some good movies of his? I got bad ones.
Saw, the first
Saw.
Saw.
Oh shit.
I think he did. He started
A
Conjuring,
lot of like the
right?
horror.
Yeah.
He did,
Yeah.
but like Conjuring, like
Yeah, but I mean, I personally don't like ghost movies, but I have to see the bigger picture and how it's affecting horror. So,
Yeah, I think it's a negative effect, but that is
Wow.
my opinion.
god damn.
I love James Wan. He's shaped a lot of the horror stuff.
Yeah.
Since the 2000s.
Fucking Nats, dude.
He's still
had
going,
a
too.
lot. I will say he's had a lot of misses, but that's because he's made a lot of movies and has been a part of a lot of movies.
I
Yeah,
guess.
but for like, especially for horror films, those are way harder to keep consistent. I feel.
Yeah, well, because
yes and no.
things change over time. What
Yeah,
scares
what is
people.
scary just changes.
It's my issue with the movies are not what is scary.
But he
that-
also did *Malignant*, so
I haven't watched Malignant.
It was alright.
Okay.
wow.
Get
What a-
dunked
what
on.
a-
You just got
fucking-
dunked
I-
on so hard.
I think The
Ju-
Conjuring
ju-
is
he
like
made
both.
Malik. It was all right.
Oh, I'm sorry for
I mean, it
people
was
making
fine. It
creative
wasn't-
horror films.
it
I guess
wasn't
we'll stick to
great.
the old tried and
Okay,
true.
it had cool visuals. Like that's.
I don't know anything about Malignant. I can't add.
I
I
can't
only
either.
really talk
Can
about
I
like
spoil
Conjuring
it?
and stuff like that.
Are you ever gonna watch
Hey,
it?
I might.
Oh man.
Bitch, I might.
The thing is with *Malignant*, I knew every single thing that was gonna happen,
But that's what
That's
I'm saying
true for
about-
and that's not
Most
because of
horror movies.
spoilers. It was just
James-
like, it was just I could figure out what was gonna happen.
a majority of Wan's movies I feel that way about. Like once
It's
he
like
made
all
Conjuring
horror
1,
movies.
it's
There's there's a ghost demon, and then they
Chase,
kick it out.
Chase, my favorite movies are not.
Oh yeah, you
Like,
know,
I
my
am a
counter
horror
argument:
fanatic, man.
Barbarian was not ready for anything in that movie.
Barbarian.
Barbarian was
Fuck, I watched.
wild.
I've watched so
Hey,
many horror movies. lately that
Barbarian
I
is
couldn't
stupid
guess.
because who the fuck would get an Airbnb out there? Okay,
It was dark. She couldn't see.
Us.
who?
Actually,
you
I've
would,
been in situations like that.
You
where
think
I've
we
had
wouldn't
to
get
take
a
an
$50
Airbnb.
Airbnb if it was the cheapest
if
option?
I pulled
And
up
you're
and that was
not-
the
yeah.
only house on the block that was not shuttered, I would leave.
It was
That's
dark.
valid,
She
actually.
couldn't see any other houses.
You
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
with
all the
headlights,
streetlights were
too,
out.
probably, yeah.
you could see.
Okay, but how?
well,
does
the
this relate to
camera
James
could
Wan?
see.
They saw in the morning, didn't they? When
did
the
see in the
next day, they're like,
I-
"Oh, we're still here."
I have some.
Yeah, but then she had a
some-
hot man in the house.
I also wouldn't stay with a fucking stranger in the house. Like,
I mean that's just Airbnb's like concept,
Yeah.
No,
like the
No.
original concept. Yeah.
just
Rent
stay with
around.
strangers. Yeah,
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
thanks.
that
There's
is- it's hostile.
Anyways, I
Yeah. how do
because
you
of
relate
his
to James Wan?
insight into the
I think James Wan would be A.
I think he'd be a very interesting talk. I just am not excited about a lot of his work, which is
Damn.
actually very frustrating to realize.
Yeah, like I think it would be like a good like talk and just like
getting insight into his horror film.
I was gonna I was
But
I was
think
gonna
it'd be a
say
good
I think it would
conversation.
just be
Oh,
like a
absolutely,
good back
yeah.
and forth,
I don't think I know him well
but
enough to really
I don't
say
know
back
if
and
it would
forth.
be
I'll
A.
leave it up to the floor.
Because I don't know how good he would be at just like
I'll leave it up to the floor.
talking.
Well, no, you
like,
have to. You have
in
to
a
put
group
a,
setting.
put
Yeah,
a.
what's your vote?
Yeah, what's your vote?
You guys are
It's
bringing me
your
down,
person,
man.
You vote first.
Well, no, you said
I
what's
would.
your-
I personally would say probably B.
I'm okay with B.
I was gonna say
I'm fine
A,
with B.
I was gonna say A, honestly.
I like B.
I was gonna say A, but there's too many people in A. You know.
It's also I
Don't
just
worry,
don't.
don't worry
think
about
it
the people.
like that.
Don't
Yeah,
worry about the
yeah,
people
Be
that
as
are on
honest
the
as
list.
possible.
Yeah, we're gonna even it out later.
Yeah, they
But
might move
I still
tiers.
think he's still B just because I don't know how good he would be
I agree.
in a podcast setting.
Yeah.
I
He's
think it'd be
also-
interesting in like a film podcast setting, but like we're not really that.
True.
Like we talk about film, but we're more of a comedy, like just shoot the shit podcast than
I could go
anything.
deep
We're
into
comedy.
that horror
When are we gonna be funny?
conversation though. I could have. I'd love to have a conversation on that.
Gonna shoot the cum kind of podcast. You know what I mean?
We're shooting ropes over here.
Ah!
I
homo,
knew
we're
it.
shooting
We're
ropes.
shooting ropes.
Shooting ropes.
We smoking penis.
Shoot so much ropes I can hang myself.
Oh my god. I mean, boy,
Jesus
local
Christ.
man hangs himself with his own cum. More to 11.
This is probably why James Bond would not be.
This is why he's not gonna
Yeah.
come on a
Where he goes, wait,
podcast.
this is a great idea for Conjuring 6.
All right.
Whose turn is it? Shit.
Come on.
Alex.
Who put Alex Jones?
Me.
Oh my god.
I think. Right? I'm pretty sure I am though. Okay.
I just want to
Yes.
hear him say, "Turn the freaking frogs gay." That's all
Yeah,
I wanna hear.
so the Sandy Hook allegations. Just curious.
Jesus Christ.
So you're out of money now, and you're selling boats, trains, cars, and automobiles. Pretty much everything you've got laying around your house to try to cover the damages. And so just curious. Maybe he'd be in it. Maybe he'd be like, I think
like
he'd be
he's
so interesting.
I feel like he's a Ben Shapiro like type.
He's an
as in-
angry
as in,
Ben
like, we-
Shapiro.
I think Ben would be better.
Ben
No.
would be better because we could bully Ben more.
I think Ben would be
Alex
better
Jones,
for,
we
like-
couldn't bully as hard.
I mean, I've seen
Well,
like
he just get up and
debates.
leave. Alex
I've seen
Jones would just
debates
leave.
from them both,
absolutely.
and technically Ben Shapiro is way better because Alex Jones would just keep yelling at you, and so like it's not really
Yeah.
debate anymore.
Yeah, actually.
To be
So
fair,
like
we-
he's more of a dick. Alex Jones is way more of a dick.
I think he'd be so good.
Yeah, I mean,
if
look
you
at
talked
him.
to
He's
for, like,
angry.
5 minutes. The 5 minutes you could talk to him, I think, would be enough for me to feel like good.
Yeah,
And
I think it would be really funny, but he would eventually just get upset because we wouldn't take him seriously.
Also, we
Yeah.
would just get canceled after airing him.
Yeah,
No, we wouldn't.
YouTube would
What?
demonetize
Say
our
Say
whole
a bunch
channel.
of- he'd
Yeah,
say
Yeah,
a bunch of
technically he's not
slurs.
allowed
Just
on
mute
YouTube, right?
everything he says.
Yeah.
I mean, his
That's what
clips
you
are,
get
but,
5
like,
minutes in, you
he's
piss him
not.
off, and he says every slur he can think of
Hmm.
to get his
You ever,
And then it's just
there was
it's
like
just
a-
muted audio for the next 10 minutes straight.
Why you want to use my one time?
to force
Put him
him
down. To
What
put
would
him
you do?
down.
I don't think he
The sh-
deserves to be down though. Like I think he's a C.
I don't want to give him a platform.
I think he's C.
I don't want to give him.
I want to say I would put him at a D.
I think he's better than D. I think he's Chevy Chase level, where like if you could get him talking long enough, Chevy Chase and him would both get up and leave. Is how I feel. So Alex Jones, I feel like
No,
is
Alex
just-
Jones wouldn't get up and leave. He would just keep screaming at you until you give up.
I think he would get up and leave. I do think he's like he would scream at you. There would be that. So like we'd have.
I
30
think
minutes,
what would
think.
happen is he would start screaming at someone, then the other ones of us, like all three of us, would laugh while he's screaming at the other person, and then that would frustrate him and he would leave. Because he would
I know
realize
I
that we're
laugh, or if
just
I just make this like. This is probably exactly what I do for like 35 minutes.
I think my vote would be D.
He is loud. I think he wouldn't be on very long. Those are both cons, but just the ability to talk to him, I think, is enough to be at C for me. But I'm okay with moving it down.
I think I'll throw him in the D.
Okay.
I think I'll agree.
You want to give him the D?
That's what it
No.
means. That means you want to have sex with him.
The
That means you want to have
The
sex with
D
him.
tier.
You can go C. You can go C. 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 C.
C for cock, actually. It means you want to suck his cock.
F.
C for...
Wait.
All right, so Alex Jones is a D guess. I mean, that's
D for now.
accurate.
Who's-
Let's go with.
What's another one? Oh,
Let's go to.
Hell yeah.
Let's
I
go
don't
to
know who
Meat
this is.
Canyon.
That isn't
Meat-
Meat Canyon.
Yeah, I
Me
thought it
Canyon.
was.
I'm gonna put my vote out. God's tears. Don't care.
I think he's God. I'm okay with
There.
that.
I think
I don't even
yeah.
need an argument. Did you see
Big
the last
guy, cool
Taylor
art,
Swift
cool shit.
episode?
that one is so funny.
I don't know how well he'd be on the podcast, like for us, our. No, he'd be great.
I
Yeah.
think it'd be great for that.
Yeah,
It'd be
no.
amazing, but I just
cool.
want to get insight into his creative
Do
process.
his creative process, you know, and really pick his
No,
brain.
I just, what I really want to know is just how he imagines these images that he
Can we get an
creates.
insight counter?
Insight counter.
I really just want to know where the images in his mind forms. Like, I want to peek into his dark, twisted, fucked up mind. You know?
I'm gonna be
Where
honest.
did-
I said some shit on stream the other day, and I think it's I understand the thought process of like Oni plays or like Meat Canyon or like the grotesque comedy. I literally I was making a joke of like being an incel. I was talking. I made I streamed this like AI Yandere escape room. So like she's like filled with Chat GPT. Like so you talk to her
Is that
and
all
then
the
she talks
pictures you
back.
had?
Yeah, that's all the pictures I sent. So you talk to her and then she Chat GPT's back, but you can give her a voice, so she talks to you back, which is really cool. And you're trying to escape the room. Long story short. And I was just like, chat was like, be as much of an incel as you can. So I was just like, let me smell your stinking hogs, babe. Your hot, sexy, fucking whatever.
It was very funny.
And then I said, I want to let me lick the inside of your ear canal. Let me lick the earwax out of your ear canal. And I think after saying that, I truly understand, like Meat Canyon, or just.
No,
I think I finally got to that grotesque.
I have fallen in love with just saying like absolutely absurd jokes
Yeah.
that just sound gross. Like I did it on the podcast with strawberry milk.
Oh, that was pretty good though.
But
pretty
it's
good, I
just like
remember
I love just the idea of just thinking of like the worst possible like image to draw of like the worst image that's obviously satire to make of someone,
Mm-hmm.
and just with the Taylor Swift turning into a deer that sucks souls out is so funny to me.
Canyon, brilliant.
That was-
okay, yeah.
Really?
They're just
hit the nail on the head for that one, huh?
There's just a biography of that.
Yeah.
That's her real
Doc-
story.
The banshee that
And then how all
God.
her fans are talking for her.
that was great.
All right,
I think he would be God's
My
tier,
pick-
honestly.
I'm
Yeah.
ready.
He's just an interesting dude.
And perfect comedy for.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, best.
Funnier than us, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
Which is hard to beat, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
We are the goats of comedy.
guys.
All right,
Come.
All right, Andreas.
we're
Exactly.
gonna hang ourselves with the cum ropes. It's pretty funny. Okay, fine. Who's this?
This is
So it's young
Andreas's
Sheldon.
old boss.
So again, I thought this was my dream blunt rotation.
Young Sheldon, you gonna get him high?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be that because I thought it was funny.
God.
I mean,
Uh,
honestly, me and Chase have seen young Sheldon on TikTok recently.
All the
is
time.
he like himself or like the show?
No, it was
He's
his
hidden.
girlfriend posting him
Oh, I didn't
because
see
it
that,
was
yeah.
like some meme where it
How
was
old is
just
he now?
like
He's in his
being like,
teens. I think he's
I want
late
someone to
teens.
look at me like young Sheldon looks at this, and she goes, you just pans over and it's just young Sheldon standing next to her.
Yeah.
So I don't really know where I'd put him. Again, I thought this was my blunt rotation. I don't.
I mean, a podcast really is
I'd
just
say-
a dream blunt rotation.
I'd say
S.
F maybe.
I think S.
Oh,
I-
Is
God,
it
that's
the
a
potential of him growing up, or is it like?
Grown up, I think that would be interesting to talk about, especially being like a child actor.
Oh, I specifically mean like in context of the show. I forget that he's an actor and is like has
just
a human-
actual young Sheldon.
No,
He
I
has
don't
to
mean
play his
actual
role.
young
I
Sheldon.
mean, actually,
He would have to. He would have to be in character on the podcast.
Yeah, F then. If he's not.
Bazinga!
Yeah, truly. If it's not the character, I don't want it.
I also will agree with F for one reason.
Jesus.
Bazinga.
He
Does
can't
he
drink.
say Bazinga?
Blizzorple.
What is that? What he says?
I don't think it's Bazinga.
Well, I mean, as a child, does he change it up?
Oh no, he says
Corm-
Bazinga. He says Bazinga when he's a kid.
Combo. He's
He
like
used to be my
workshopping.
old boss. I know.
He's workshopping his catchphrases as a kid. So each episode's a new one.
He's just
That'd be
sitting
a
in the
good thing.
mirrors like.
Hey, gays.
No, that one didn't land.
no.
That
He's like
didn't
doing
land.
it at the end, like
Oh.
whatever each episode,
Just
like
try as different ones.
yeah, they're talking about like the theme of the episode, like yeah, teenage pregnancies happen.
All right, Reese, we gotta
And
do one of
it's
yours.
okay. Just talk to your family and your doctor to see what's right for you.
Alright.
And he
Alright.
goes, Boinga, kerplunk.
All
Just
right.
walks in and says. "Serious."
So
Oh,
do we
shit,
all
thanks
agree
for
with
my
F
head.
tier just for the fact that
Fuck.
he can't drink,
Yeah. Sorry,
so
I
he can't
forgot
even
it.
really join the podcast if we have the set.
I'll say it.
My bad.
Down with
And then-
young Sheldon.
Hey, it's a good idea though. Whenever he hits 21, throw him
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
we'll
pod.
bring you back. We'll talk about it then. Who's this?
All right, I got Pete Davidson.
I don't care about Pete Davidson.
I think he's cool.
I mean,
He's
the only reason I picked him is just I want to ask the question, just how
He's
I-
incredibly funny, very talented.
exactly.
I
Big dick energy. His dad died.
I think it would just be a cool podcast. Like it would be a nice chat. I don't think it'd be anything crazy, but I think it would be like a good episode.
I
It wouldn't be one of the best, and it wouldn't be one of the worst. It would be classified in like, it would be like in one of the top episodes, but it wouldn't be at the top.
I am very interested
So-
in talking to him.
B as in boy.
B as in boy.
I'd also say B.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta pick where you want him.
I mean, I want to throw him B. I think it would just be a good podcast.
Yeah.
I think it
Like,
would
all of
definitely
these
be
would be
better
great.
than.
I think
Oh,
the
we
guy's
can't move
better.
him yet.
I think OJ
Don't
would
move
be
him
better,
yet.
to be honest with you.
Then Pete Davidson.
More interesting.
I think he would agree.
Sorry, I can't hit your desk. I probably got.
He would be like, "Hey, man, you should get OJ on the podcast.
Why the
Do you
fuck
see
you
those
get
rushing
me?
yards?
No, he'd go, why the fuck would you pick me? You have OJ on this list?
You got OJ? Come on, guys.
Yeah, all right. I think OJ's
You know
a
what,
good
yeah.
one, but
I think
I'll agree with B. I think that's where I,
think
want to
B's
put
a
him.
solid choice. Yeah.
all right, next.
All right, Alf.
A.
Again, I thought it was
A for Elf.
that was the blunt rotation.
No, he'd be great.
All right, so
Alf,
tell me
you-
why do you think Alf would be a good blunt rotation? I feel like if you get
He's an
high and you're just
alien
staring at
from, like, a
Alf, you'll
different
just be
planet.
like,
"Are you kidding me? He eats cats."
Well,
Cody doesn't like that dream blunt rotation.
I don't know.
He's an alien from another planet, dude. Would you not want to have an alien from another planet on your rotation?
Well, we wouldn't want him to eat our cat.
Well, we don't have a cat
Well,
yet.
yeah.
Cody's capturing one slowly from outside.
He's
I
luring
mean,
one in.
it's just like January is what I plan
Alf,
on.
he just seems like an interesting dude.
Cool guy.
Cool guy,
Really?
you know. I
Other
think
than
Very
the cat
chill.
thing,
his nose moves.
I like how he goes bazinga.
He
You can
does,
use your
he
one
goes-
time for it.
You do have your one time.
I would put him at C tier.
Truly?
Truly C tier. You guys.
I
can
think
spike
C
it if you
above
want.
Chevy Chase is fair.
I'm okay with that.
I have to do it.
All right, and
Oh shit, speed run. Jill, oh
right,
wait,
here.
no, I don't want to speed run her. She's
no,
wonderful.
no, no. We'll jump into
I don't know who that is.
Who the fuck is that?
So, I put it's two people because either one I would take.
I would prefer both
Crossfire?
at the same
Prefer
time.
both, but I'm sure you would at the same time. All right. So this is Joshua Sharp and what was it? Aaron Jackson.
Aaron Jackson.
The creators and lead actors of Dicks the Musical.
I haven't seen it.
Don't know about it.
I can't really discuss why I want them here unless I spoil the movie. So it's up to you guys if you want me to spoil it.
I will
Okay,
also say Aaron Jackson is the guy on the right, and he is 50 years old and looks 20.
What?
So I want to understand what the
Okay.
fuck he's doing right.
I wanna get-
Oh,
Insight into his
Yeah.
skincare routine.
I know him too.
Nathan Lane's in it.
I honestly just want to hear about the gay sex scene.
I
And how
don't
that was
know.
like.
I don't want to say that I don't care because
That's not-
I haven't seen the movie. That's the only reason I don't care.
You said
about
Aaron
these two
Jackson is
characters.
50?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh wait, no, I know Jonathan. I know Jonathan Sharp.
But
No, not like personally.
Oh, I know. I met him.
All right, and
He's in,
where would you want to put this?
Personally, I think they're fucking hilarious. So I would go A.
You know, I might throw in a one time to put him in S. Because I think that would be one of the funniest like
Honestly, I think it would be
conversations
hilarious.
on this list. I think they would be the funniest people to have on.
I have
Yeah,
no
like,
knowledge
I
of
do
them.
not.
We've never had
identical.
identical. We would never have another opportunity to have identical twins on our episode again.
Yeah, that is true.
They're not.
I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put the
This is
one
a
time.
Dix the musical joke.
I think it is.
It
Probably.
is, yeah.
So I'm gonna throw him in at S.
All right.
Sure.
Because
We don't
I
know who they
really
are.
do think
don't
their
know who they
abilities
are.
to commit to bits would fit the podcast so well.
I also don't know how the fuck they got their movie made, so that'd be cool to hear.
Matt, or was it? Is it Matt Stone or Trey Stone? I forget.
Matt Stone, Trey Parker.
Trey Parker. Yeah. They would be
South
great.
Park people. Yeah, they're pretty
yeah,
much
that
they're the
would've been
gay
good.
version of them.
All
All right.
Allen.
Tim Allen.
Truly, I think not. He's better than Chevy Chase because he'd talk, but he's a piece of shit. So I think he's above Alf for sure. I think he might be the
Well-
James Wan Toko. I think he's B. I think
Whoa.
Tim
He's the
Allen.
James
Here's
Wan
why
of
I think
conservative
Tim Allen would be
comedians.
good. Yeah, he's the James Wan of conservative comedians. His movies are all the same. He does the exact same thing every
Whoa.
time. He has no
Never say
character.
that about Zoom ever again. All right.
I will say that Tim Allen has no range, but he does have the range to play a shaggy dog. And that was a really good movie. Tim Allen as the shaggy dog, which I wasn't allowed
Nightmare
to put.
Fuel.
So Tim Allen is now as Tim Allen. So
I don't know because Home Improvement was goaded.
it was fine. Like I watched it.
It's very
fine.
conservative.
I mean, it was fine. It was like for the
As it
time,
should
like
be.
family values, all those were kind of
Yeah.
conservative. Wasn't like it was about like family structure, all of that.
Are you saying only conservatives care about families, Andres?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's like I don't know. I had my dad actually texted me recently. He's
Hey,
like,
you ever watch Family Man?
no, he asked me. He's like, "Hey, you ever seen Last Man Standing?
Oh no.
It's very conservative. Like you probably wouldn't like it.
You don't
like, all
need
this
to-
stuff.
Then why did he tell you
It's
about
like,
it?
why are you telling me about
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
finish
Your dad just wants to be combative to be combative.
I,
Finishing it.
yeah.
All right. I think we all agree B.
I hate Tim
Sure.
Allen.
I hate him too, but I think it'd be a
I'm
good.
spiking him down to F.
You can't do that.
You want to?
Well, let me look at the rest of the list.
You piece of no, spike it. Don't give him an opportunity. If you want to spike, you commit right now.
I'm gonna spike it.
Oh,
I'll do it. Yeah.
damn, man.
Wow, disrespectful.
All right. We have two one times left.
Who do I
Gillian
want to
Anderson.
use it
We
on?
have two one.
That's that would be my celebrity crush. Even now,
Scully.
Gillian Anderson. I still don't know how to pronounce her first name, but it is one of those two pronunciations. She is wonderful. She is a fantastic actor, and she seems to be a wonderful person. And she talks about sex a lot, and I think that's actually pretty important to just like have like an open dialogue about that sort of thing.
And to being in our podcast, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean it would like I don't know. I think she'd be such an interesting person to have.
Hey,
on a
she
podcast.
paved the
She's,
way for women in STEM.
Ghislaine
You know,
Maxwell. What is that?
Ghislaine
Don't you
Maxwell.
put disrespect on Gillian Anderson's
Oh,
name.
Gillian Anderson. Sorry.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
she helped young girls everywhere get into science, and that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, she just has done a whole bunch of cool shit,
I
and
don't
she's
know
a
who she
respect.
is.
She's a.
We
There's no fucking way
stand
you
women
don't.
in science.
Have you never watched X Files?
No.
Then you don't know who she is. I mean,
All
she's
right,
in a whole bunch
Cody.
of things. She's in Sex Education.
where's your vote lie?
I honestly think maybe S. Personally, like just for like it won't be the same vibe as the other two people up there, but like I think she'd be really great for conversation, and I think. I think she'd be open to having weird and absurd conversations, and she's also, I don't know, she's had an interesting career. So you can get some insight from her.
You get some insight into her career.
But I think S is my vote, but I mean, I'm willing to hear the floor.
No, I think that deserves to be there.
I think I can agree with an S tier on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
How do we feel about God
I think
tier?
it's a
No,
solid pick.
I don't think she's God tier.
I have no
No.
idea who this person
No.
is, so I'm gonna defer to you guys.
I know who's next gonna be God tier though.
Who is this again? What's his name?
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
F.
He is
Give a shit about
the
Mikey.
chillest of all billionaires, and you can't tell me otherwise. Okay.
Okay.
He's the Lauren.
He's still the
He's
fucking
the Jennifer Lawrence of billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The Jennifer Lawrence
He's
of
like, I'm not
billionaires.
like other billionaires.
I'm not like other.
He was like,
I look
"Oh, the
down to
Mavs
those
are doing
snacks
poorly with
sometimes.
the audience.
I'm a
I could do better."
snackaholic.
It's like, wait, I can
I'm a
do better. He
wageaholic.
just buys it.
I'm
He
Yeah,
I'm
buys
a
it.
minimum wageaholic. I just love minimum wage. I love
Hey.
paying my workers. Low.
Hey, you may want to eat the rich, but you won't eat him. He'll be the
I eat
last
him.
billionaire standing. Okay.
I eat him.
Just
I mean,
because he
he's
does
still a
cool
billionaire.
shit.
Yeah, but you eat him last, and
Just
that's the
because
important
he's got a
part.
personality doesn't make him a good person.
What makes him a bad person?
The fact that he's a billionaire, like that alone, you don't become a
Just
billionaire
having
without
money equals bad person.
Having
Oh.
being a billionaire. Do you know how many it is $1,000 million? Have you ever had $1 million? Can you conceptualize $1 million? Imagine
No,
having
I can't. I'm
1,000 of
poor.
those.
Yeah, of course you can't.
Yes, so
Brokey.
stop
Just because
worshiping the rich.
Brokey.
Hey, just because
I'm
poor
spiking
people
him to
exist doesn't
F.
mean rich people shouldn't exist. Okay.
Final answer: I am spiking him to F. He's a bad man.
Damn.
For the podcast.
Okay, I see how it is.
I'm telling him you said that.
I'm gonna do it on your next
Text
one.
him.
Don't worry.
What?
Don't
I'm
care
not
who it
doing
is.
I'm not doing. I don't think.
Don't
I think
care.
that's
All
all
right.
done with all of yours.
F tier. F tier.
I'm
tier.
not being spiteful to you, Chase. I'm being a bad man.
Is this Alice?
Cody just doesn't want us to have investors.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, actually, sir, I'll suck your dick if you give us $1,000.
Wow, 1,000? That's what you'd settle for?
To be fair, we did say we'll climb the Empire State Building for $5.
I did not.
Okay, I did.
All
All right, Cody,
I don't know who this is.
Riley Reed.
Is that Riley Reed?
Yeah.
You should have, before we even get into it, you should know that when
my
we went to even
God.
just Google her name, Reese had safe search turned off. All of the pictures was just her naked.
Okay.
Every
yeah.
single one.
So
Everyone.
I want to specify that Riley Reed. The reason she is on here is because of I do think she's a bad person. That's an additive to the bad person.
You just only
that
pick
is-
bad people?
No, maybe, but I think she'd be great. I just interviewing a porn star in general would be interesting. I would love to ask her why the hell she made 8-Ball. Why would you ever do that? Why would you make a song and sample your own moans for it?
That's hilarious.
I just
That
want to
is-
talk about how she just felt comfortable saying the N word so many times.
I think she's above C. I don't think I think she's B or even A.
I'd say
but
B
she'd
or
be
high C.
interesting. She'd
I'll
be
put-
very interesting.
I'll take
I could do B.
I'll take low B, high C.
Also, we just want to know how many men she can take at a time. Like, what's
Just
her
What's
like,
what's the cap?
what's the cap?
I think you
Jesus
should ask
Christ.
porn stars that. I think you should go around, Chase, and just ask porn stars and see what happens. How many men can you take? Just curious.
How many men?
What's the go? What? Where do you tap out?
Yeah. I think that's a very respectful
Gay son
question.
thought daughter.
Gay son thought daughter.
I think BC.
Easy. Yeah, I'd go. F. No,
Thank you, Andreas, for catching that one.
BC, big.
Oh, I didn't
Big
even hear what you
cummies.
said.
Yeah, he was catching what I said.
I would put
Oh.
him in. I'd put her in.
I think
I
C.
Yes.
I think she's B. How do you feel, Andres?
Uh,
Andreas,
high
you
C,
set the
low
tone.
B.
I think she's above Chevy Chase and Alf, because like at least she would talk.
She
would love
is
to
the
talk about
gatekeeper of
herself.
C. She's the gatekeeper.
Yeah, she's the wall.
Yeah.
She's the wall at C.
Okay, I'm okay
The
with that.
gatekeeper.
All right.
Well,
Coyote
let me
Peterson.
tell you about that wall. Right?
Oh come on, S right?
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
yeah.
Either S or God tier.
God tier.
I
think
my
God
vote.
tier.
Well, okay. I don't even got to vote. God's here. Next.
Yeah.
Next.
I think that is by far the
Well,
most
okay, so
interesting
hold on.
personality.
He's so cool.
So hold on. Explain who it is first.
For the people who don't know, I guess if you live under a rock, Coyote Peterson got his start. I don't know like his career before YouTube, but he's some like he's an animal expert. He probably does like conservative ship stuff for animals, all that fun stuff. But he got to start on YouTube by testing out all of the worst stings for bugs.
Hey, it was clickbait.
Yeah,
but it
dude,
fucking
Going
worked.
through the list of the highest pain rated stings
Yeah.
And then just taking it.
like a champ.
Well,
Like
I
a
mean,
champ.
some of them he didn't take like a champ. He was on the ground crying.
To
Well,
be
I
fair,
think
I think that's taking it like a champ.
I think think they're
He
just
didn't
taking
go to
it.
the ER.
Well, no. If you're taking it on purpose for video, you're taking it like a champ.
yeah.
Because you are willingly putting yourself through pain that you know is going to be so excruciating that it makes you want to kill yourself.
So does that mean if I say pepper spray me for a video and then I'm on the ground crying like a little bitch, I'm
Yeah.
taking it like a champ?
Yeah, because you still
Okay,
fucking
so-
took it.
We're gonna remember that.
Does the crying like a little bitch imply that when Coyote Peterson takes the biggest sting in the world, he's a little bitch if he's crying? Because that
No.
is not fair.
Taking the sting. I wonder how many.
I'm
times
just
they
saying
take.
he's taking it. I didn't say he's
How many
taking it
things in your
all
face?
like a champ. All right. I would-
Okay, so
Forcing
here-
yourself to do something that you know is going to be excruciating.
Oh, I know, I
is
couldn't do it.
taking it as a champ.
I agree.
Because he
He's
is
on
willingly
that-
being like, I'm about to experience some of the worst pain in history
he
just
explained
because
it.
I want views.
Like that's the thing. He explains it and he knows. Like that's the worst
Yeah.
part.
He
is
knows
knowing
what's gonna
exactly
happen, and
what
then it
you're going
happens.
through.
Yeah, it happens to him. He's like, "Yep."
This is
All right.
I would put him in
This
God's
is
tiers,
a
'cause
terrible
I
experience.
He's a
think
great person,
awesome.
and he
The
wants
only
to
person
masochist.
I think would be better than him is
Alf.
Not Alf. Oh yeah, put him up. Is what's his name? Les Stroud. Is that his name?
I don't know who Les Stroud is. I know the name, but I don't know who he is.
He's like
Yep.
he's like Bear Grylls, but better because
Oh, is he the one who goes barefoot?
he's the one that he straight up just gets dropped in and he records everything himself.
Yeah, he's barefoot, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think he's the barefoot one.
All right.
Les Stroud or something. Like he's great. I love him.
So next we have
Diane Morgan or Philomena
Mhm.
Kunk as her recent
Oh,
Kunk on Earth. I think she'd be
Gone
great. I don't think
history.
she'd be like S tier or anything. She's just incredibly funny, Diane Morgan, and everything she's been in.
she's very funny.
She's
I
got
love all
that
of
dry
her.
British humor.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, he doesn't wear shoes. He keeps the dogs out. Les
Yeah.
Stroud keeps the dogs out.
I think
She
her
is-
comedy
she's
would fit.
like one of my top, like especially like British comedy. Like
She's
one of my
fucking
top favorites.
hilarious.
She's fucking so funny.
I might.
Mm-hmm.
She could be-
Podcast purposes, maybe B,
She could be the
A.
B wall.
something like that.
The B wall,
I could see her as the B wall.
The ball.
the ball.
He's the ball.
She's
Like
the ball.
I can only really see her in one thing is my thing. So I'd only be able to ask her about that one show, which I forgot.
Drunk history.
But
She was in Drunk History too. Yeah,
well, I mean everybody's a drunk history.
that's true.
All right. And then
Who
I
was
got
that?
Zach from
I
Ghost
can't-
Adventures.
Oh, I know about him though.
Talk
I
about
know.
him.
So I just think this would be a fun one, just because for a little context about me, Cody, and Andreas is we at some point want to shoot our own little like ghost show.
Mhm.
Because we have a friend who does like ghost hunting and all this stuff, and he is very insightful, and all of us are more like skeptical than him, and we think it would be an interesting like video to have Cody with our friend who is also named Cody and do a show where one is a skeptic and one is an actual like invested
A
believer.
believer.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a ghost here. He's making me jerk off. Help me.
Help, he's pumping the cum out of my balls. Please help me. Oh my god.
But also, I think Ghost Adventures as a whole is a show that has become so dramatized
So
that,
fucking meme material.
yeah, I think
I
it would
think the
be
Ghost makes me
interesting,
wanna-
but
Ghost
I
is
don't
making
think
me
it
wanna
would
drink another
be.
whiskey.
I don't think he would.
Ghost
I don't
wants me
think
to take
he
shots
would
of
be
Fireball.
over C. I don't think he beats Riley
Disagree.
Reid.
I disagree. Oh, Riley Reid would be.
I don't think he should be better than Zach. I think he's the new Wall.
The new wall.
Yeah, he could be the new Wall, but I think he'd be a good.
I think he'd be a good. He would be an interesting.
Actually, you know, what?
Yeah.
I think you guys are right. I think it would be better than we're thinking.
He could be the
Yeah,
B floor.
He's been doing entertainment far too long to be bad at that. Like bad at something like this.
Maybe he goes above the Hall of Famer.
I don't know.
I don't know,
That's
he's
a
Hall
pretty
of
good
Famer.
Yeah, he's all of Famer. Did you know that?
Dude, he killed it on the field.
He really
He
did.
could be. He could be.
He murdered that field.
Mhm.
All right, we'll put him B, and then
Okay.
Andreas.
Who
I
the
don't know who
fuck
that
is
is.
that?
God tier, Patty Harrison.
Oh, God tier.
God tier.
God tier.
Are you using your one time? Oh, you already.
We can't use God tier
Awesome.
for our one time, but
Mm-mm.
God tier.
Oh,
is my
that's
vote.
right.
She's fucking hilarious.
Amazing,
And
talented, fucking hilarious.
oh my god,
I'm gonna be
You know,
honest.
it's
I don't
kind
know
of
who
a-
the fuck this is.
Understandable. You kind of have to like accidentally stumble into her, and then you fall down the deep rabbit hole that is her. 'Cause she-
Oh yeah.
I
Use
what
my
do you
one
even
time.
talk about.
I don't even know.
So
Because I don't know her, I think I'm gonna spike her down to
F tier.
How dare you?
No, she's worth way more than an F tier. She's so fucking funny.
No,
And,
the
like,
fact
that,
that they
like,
instantly went
disgusting
God's
humor.
tier
Oh yeah, she's
makes me
great.
interested enough to
Yeah,
even
like-
look her up now.
yeah.
I want to stress that like she also is like really into the disgusting humor. Like that's like her
Oh, okay.
brand is
I'm
absolute
sold.
disgust. So
Trans icon.
trans icon, she's fucking
Yo,
hilarious.
I found. Have you seen like her posters for her? For her
I don't
tour
like
dates?
looking at them sometimes.
So the posters for her.
It's like-
She actually has them.
Like lactating breasts.
Like she
that
has, she got big, giant fake breasts, and she's like, "Come see my infected breasts. I'll be in Baltimore."
Jesus Christ.
Alright, I think you should take a
Funny,
little
like,
snippet
giant, like-
of this.
She
this
actually
real quick.
has, like,
little
she has
snip the page.
giant fake breasts made.
No?
I fully believe that
What do
she's
you mean?
someone that would also make it. So like if you
Take a
grabbed
picture
them,
of
they
that.
like
I can just-
they lactate. I fully believe that they do something like that. That is on brand.
She's
Oh, download image.
so fun.
All right. Well, that's the tier list for our guests.
Well,
And,
what about the four you got down there?
Those are different.
These are our groups, and we're
Oh,
gonna go
okay.
through these quick. So we're gonna see who I'm gonna list them all off, and we're all gonna talk about whose would be the most interesting to listen to.
Mine would be the most
That's just so
interesting
funny
off
to think
bat.
about
It's
you.
it's the
It's
Lonely
like
Island.
them
There's no one on here is
You're
gonna
in
be
the
better to listen to than the Lonely Island. All right,
All right, so we have
Wait.
Chase and
Chase.
podcasting with the Lonely Island.
I win. All right, go on.
I would be podcasting with all of Big Time Rush. All right.
Downsides to both of those, I feel like, is that you're entering a group of people. And I know that that's the point, but you're entering a group of previously established friends, and I feel like it'd just be a struggle to even like get a word in with Big Time Rush and Lonely Island.
You
It's both of them.
think me and Big Time Rush wouldn't be besties?
You
like,
might. I
within
think you and Big
minutes?
Time Rush would probably work out, but just like anyone with Lonely Island, because I feel like they're already
They are
complete.
tight knit. That's a hard pitch.
Well, they sure do movies with a lot of other people. So
Well, not that they can't.
Then we have
creatively
a
collaborate,
Cody
but in,
with
like, a
Bridge to
podcast setting.
Terabithia cast.
Yeah, I just really appreciate fine cinema.
You can ask.
I
Josh-
still can't
Josh
believe they
Hutcherson
tortured
about,
me with this movie.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
What's that?
You can ask Josh Hutcherson about Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's true.
get
When he's a
insight
kid.
into the movie.
Yeah, get some
Yeah.
insight into the film production.
And then our last but not least is Andreas with The Outcast.
God,
I think that's
she
the
got the
funniest.
Outcast. It's
I think
just
that one would just be so good.
I
Dude.
think Andres and Outcast is the best one.
I love Outcast so much. Big Boy,
Andre
3000, they're great. He just dropped a new album today, actually.
or Big Boy?
Andre.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
it's a woodwind album.
The acoustic
He plays
like the flute or something like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to it after this. Like, I'm so excited.
All right, so
It's called
as a
New
collective,
Blue
who do we
Song.
think? Who do we think will be the most interesting to listen to out of all of this?
Yeah, dude. It's
I
him
mean, you
playing
could do
flute.
the Outcast, but then wouldn't it just be
Bass
solely about
player now.
music?
That would be more
No,
of
it
a
wouldn't
music.
be just about music. It'd be about
They're
everything.
interesting. They are so interesting.
You know what? I think Andreas, with his journalistic mind, would
Every time you say that now, I go back and think about the dominatrix.
Dominatrix mind.
But you know what?
Journalistic intent.
I could argue.
If he could do it for long enough without hitting on them, it'd be perfect.
No,
Mhm.
what? I'm not what?
I think my vote for the most interesting out of you three, because you can't vote for yourself. That's the rules.
Okay.
I would have to vote for. I think I have to vote for Andreas. I think that just
100%.
group as a image in my mind would end up being funny.
Yeah.
I think Lonely Island is
right.
Island is
I
pretty
would
good too,
also pick Lonely Island. Yeah.
but I think Outcast is probably the.
Well, then
I
that
can't
that
vote
just
for
wins
myself,
because
but
I
I'm
can't
gonna
vote for
pick
myself.
Lonely Island.
You can.
So, no,
No,
no.
can't vote for yourself. Come on now.
Oh,
We,
what?
we just all vote for ourselves.
I wouldn't.
We're all the winners.
We're all the winners.
I mean,
We're
I'm-
all in God's tier.
I don't think Bridge to Terabithia is on the same tier as Outcast, personally, but I mean, I can each their own.
No, we're all God's tier because we're all friends.
All right, that's a gay way to end this.
Big time
thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Sauced Up podcast. This is the final tier list.
Do you want to take a picture of this tier list and put it up somewhere?
Post it on your
I'll
Oh, you can
post it on the Twitter.
Yeah, post it on the Twitter. Do all
Fix
the
the-
fun stuff.
Fix the group shit before you do.
the group. Shit.
No, they all stay in
I'm
God's
just gonna-
tier.
All right.
No, that's
I already downloaded the one that without the.
yeah. I was gonna say
groups.
no one's gonna understand. Like, the context
Yeah,
is
all right, now
ruined.
there's Bridge to Terabithia.
Hold on.
and
You put Ludwig next to OJ and then re-download it.
yeah.
You know what? You're right. Hold on. Let
And then
me
use it
get
as a
the
thumb-
let me
use
get
it
the
as a
groups out
thumbnail.
again.
Clip it in.
Yeah, use it as a
It's
thumbnail.
kind of how you doing
The hell? How do you get?
I'm
How do you,
next
how
to
do you
OJ Simpson.
hit the delete button?
Oh my god.
Oh, we'll put them in F so then people don't have to worry about it. There we go.
That's gonna make me mad.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to
Alright,
Sauced Up. I have to go get ready for an interview now. So
Oh, yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed
Ah.
listening.
Yeah. Welcome to the tier list episode. Woo.
Hey, if anyone from
Yeah.
God's tier or S tier or A tier or B tier or C tier,
Or even
Uh,
D or
or
F.
F.
D
no,
or F.
I'll
s-
take 'em all.
yeah, if anyone
Yeah.
on this list wants to come on the podcast, shoot us an email.
If you're not on the list.
Shoot us an email
know,
at
just-
what is sauced up.
sauceduppod@gmail.com.
There you go. Send us all your fan mail.
Yeah. Fan emails.
Yeah, Mark Cuban, we'll bump you to an S tier if you want to come on.
Yeah. If you email us back, Mark Cuban, you can go to S. I'll retract my spike. That'll truly be the cool billionaire.
You will truly be the chillest
Mark Cuban,
of
it could
those.
be like your fine moment where like you said fuck just for a $30,000 fine for charity, except you just pay Cody $30,000 to unspike you.
Yeah. Ugh.
All
But
right.
All right, later,
bye.
y'all. Thanks for
Bye.
listening.